On 20th Feb, Trance was released. I'm now tell you some good aspect and some bad aspect about this film. So you can take a final decision whether to go for this film or not. Dude, the story. In this time period of cinema, for movie to do very well on the box office, the movie should have all of the following things. Its story has to be unique and original, and its messaging should be very good. And this movie does all of those things very well. This movie tells a story of Vijay Prasad, who is a motivational speaker who takes one lad for one motivational speech, but nobody gives him that much, so he works for only 3000 rupees with some breakfast. His life sucks. He lives a very shitty life with his mentally ill brother, Kunjan, played by Srinath Basi. But he always tried to motivate himself by doing that hand movement and doing that exhaling and inhaling air thing. This movie is about how he became a messenger of God from motivational speaker and what trouble causes him when he became that personality. Messenger of God, the best example I can give is like in PK, how that Pandit taught to Lord Shiva. Instead of that, he talks to Jesus. Instead of saying bole bole, he says hallelujah. Oh, I'm not saying hallelujah, sorry. And he makes a lot of money out of people who believes in God. He's just he's he's a very charming, good-looking pundit with his nice hair and that awesome beard and his beautiful eyes. They're just beautiful. The performance. Farhad Fasil nails this role. If you're a Farhad Fasil fan, I'll totally recommend you this movie. Even if second half was kinda slow, I still enjoy his performance because he gave one of his best performance in this movie. He is the most trusted actor that I know. At one time, you cannot trust Amir Khan, but you can always trust Farhad Fasil. He has achieved that position by doing a masterpiece after masterpiece. He's just awesome. If you love him, just go into cinema hall to see this film. Don't listen to me. And if you don't know him, just stay tuned. In this movie, he plays a guy that I can easily root for. In this movie, first he plays a struggling motivational speaker, Vijay Prasad, who is generally funny and hardworking. He has a very big dream in his life and he wants to achieve that dream. He wants to speak in front of 10,000 people, and those people will come from lot of countries and they will be there to only hear his speech about motivation. He will do anything to achieve that goal. Every day he takes a small steps towards that dream. But and sometimes he fails and sometimes lets such every breath of air out of him. But still he puts a very good smile in his face and exhales air and inhales it and starts it there. I think I enjoy his second character because his performance as Vijay Prasad was just great. It was just fabulous. I was totally engaged to his journey from Vijay Prasad to Pastor Joshua Tarleton. Then Farah Fasi played Pastor Joshua Tarleton, which was just awesome. The way he handles that crowd, the way his body moves during every speech, the way he performs every fake magic trick with so much perfection, and with that charisma he does that interview, the way he works, it doesn't feel like the normal world. It feels like he was doing a gangster work. I would love to see him in a gangster movie. The way he talks and tells stories, it always gives me goosebumps. There's nothing you can do except to say hallelujah. My favorite thing about this character is his hand movement. Every time he does that thing where he tries to clap but never clap, that thing I enjoy the most about this movie. Doing this thing, I felt like I don't know what the fuck is he thinking, but he's gonna fucking do it because I believe in this hand movement. Shinad Basi, a favorite hatter from Anjam Fatira, is in this movie too. His role was like the very effective cameo. He plays his gender useless brother, Tunjan, who is mentally ill, who loves to eat street food with some tolerance, and he likes to waste his brother's hard-earned money, and sometimes he also likes to hit him with a sledgehammer. He was in this movie for 10 minutes, but I had to say, after Farah Fasil performance, his performance that sticks with me when this movie ended. Because he's just a very talented actor. In the trailer, they didn't show him. Because I think director wanted to surprise me. Nazria Nazim. She was in the second half of this movie. Starting off her role, they give the glimpse of her character. So you can easily understand that character's background. And it did kudos to her character. Her role in this movie was just great. I'm gonna talk about their romance later, okay? The supporting cast in this movie, the two villain, the teacher, the interviewer, and farmer and his wife. Every characters, every actors were great. Cinematography. During every motivational speech, the way they moved their camera from Farar Fasil to the crowd was just great. Every time they put that camera very close to his eyes so he can totally feel what he's going through was great and it worked so well. This movie is a very dark movie. So at the start, some of his closest people did suicide. During the first suicide, they show the glimpse of the suicide. But during the second suicide, they put that camera very close to his face and they slowly take that camera to the next room where suicide happened. And that scene was just unexpected. And I think that a really good reaction out of me because that scene started as a feel good scene but ended as a very very sad scene. The first half The first half of this movie was just a piece of art. It was just great. It worked in so many ways. I was totally engaged to his journey from Viju Prasad to Pastor Joshua Tarleton. He was just great in the first half. From his first motivational speech to his last interview. I was on the edge of my seat without Farah's Fawzi performance in the first half was just awesome. Generally funny. The lip scene when he tries to motivate one lady who has a anxiety issue, but she just remained. That scene was funny. And the scene where his teacher was teaching him and he looks into the answer board to see answer was great. There are just few very rarely funny moments in this movie. I enjoy all of them. Like the one where he tries to motivate old people by saying, "Champion, we are the champion, champion," and one old person gets heart attack, so he has to take him to the hospital. That scene was just hilarious. द क्लाइमैक्स मैं क्लाइमैक्स के बारे में थोड़ा सा हिंदी में बोलूँगा क्योंकि मैं तो आपको फील नहीं देना चाहिए क्लाइमैक्स इतना अच्छा था ये पीछे था क्लाइमैक्स प्लॉट ट्विस्ट से भरा था और क्लाइमैक्स में जब भी एक पहला प्लॉट ट्विस्ट आता है बाद में दूसरा आता है पर जब भी फरार फांसी एंडिंग में जैकेट घुमाता है डोल जोन और फुल बैकग्राउंड स्टोर आता है और क्राउड का आवाज़ भी बहुत अच्छा आता है वो सीन मेरे तो बाप लगा वो सीन बहुत अच्छा था और फार्मर वाला फाइट सीन वो भी फुल आसुरान वाला फीलिंग आया मेरे तो, फिर स्लो मोशन वाला फाइट सीन था। पर फरहाद फासिल जब भी एंडिंग में जैकेट घुमाता है, वो सीन बाप लाता मेरे को, मतलब फुल फीलिंग आता है जब भी वो जैकेट घुमाता है। वो सीन आज बहुत अच्छा था। I'm gonna be honest with you. I missed the first important 10 minutes of the second half. That that 10 minutes were important, and I missed it because first half of this movie was so great. I felt like writing about it in the bathroom, and I missed the first 10 minutes of the second half because I was writing. That was one of the dumbest decisions I ever made, and I was just fucking pissed at myself during the second half. So I don't know if I'm gonna be faithful to the second half. Okay, the second half. Second half kinda lacked screen time. The first half of this movie was just great, so my expectations were kinda high from the second half. And what happened was basically like the Saturday Game season 2. The first season of Saturday Game was just a very good thriller that keeps you on the edge of your seat. So I was expecting the same thing from the second season. Because Saturday Game Season 2 is a very good drama thriller which takes time to develop, but once it develops into something really new and it just explodes at the end. But it but kids like me don't have that much time. Just want thriller to be really fast. Saturn Season 2 was for the artistic people. They are not for everyone. They are for the people who lost their art. I enjoyed Saturday Game Season 2, okay? I think Daytonde wasn't my favorite character during the season 1, but he became my favorite character during the season 2 because during the first season they treated him like a god, but during the second season they treated him like a normal person who's trying to survive. Okay, enough about Saturday and season 2. Okay, I enjoyed it. After watching the climax scene of this movie they had some extra 10 minute scene, and that thing felt extra to me because movie should have ended at a climax. But if you love Farhat Fasil and you know what this guy is fucking capable of, just go into a cinema hall to see this film. Trust me, you'll enjoy it if you love Farhat Fasil. Okay, Mr. Bullya is signing off with some hallelujah.